Now, I am not by any stretch of the imagination anyone that's a like high end, most knowledgeable Linux, user. The main goal with this channel is to teach what I've been able to learn or to ask questions alongside you and try to find a resolution to the issue. So when I get emails like the one that we have today that inspired this particular subject matter for this video, I really, really enjoy it because it gives me the opportunity to ask a question that I probably didn't ask. And in this situation, I am not like a Sway or a Hyperland. Yeah, Hyperland or a Niri user. Tiling window managers kind of break my brain, and I have a little bit of a difficulty with it. But Christy sent me this message and he says, "Hello, bro. I am a new Linux user and I loved your simple way of teaching and making sense of IT things." Thanks, man. I'm glad. I try to keep it simple. I'm glad that it's helped you. I really loved Niri and I wanted to integrate Noctalia with it. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that properly. I am having some issues and don't really have much of an idea as to what to do. The old guides don't work, as Nobara did an update just months ago and changed its GUI to Wayland from X11. I know that they've done a few things, like now within Fedora specifically, I can't get DaVinci Resolve to work. So there's changes and there's adaptations. I tend to like your content more, especially the 5060 Ti. Now, I don't have a Ti, I just have a regular 5060. Working on Nobara, etc., and wanted to support you more. Please do detailed tutorial on this if possible. I'm happy to take a look into it. And so I did, and I think I have the answer. So we have a fresh install of Nobara here, and we're going to go through the process. I've got some notes and stuff, and then we're going to pull things up once we're inside of the desktop environment. This is a fresh install of Nobara. So if you have any modifications, you're going to want to roll those back or delete whatever you can and then start fresh if you're going to follow along with it. Hopefully this answers and helps with this situation, because again, not really my forte, which I let Christy know, like, hey dude, I'm not, really that person, but I'll do the best that I can to try and figure it out, especially because I'm coming from the perspective of not knowing. So if I think I got it working, then we're golden. So first things first, what we're going to do, Control-Alt-T. What we're going to do is we have to add the repository. So that's going to be sudo dnf copper enable yalter /Niri. Enter in your password, and we're going to go ahead and press yes. And then we're going to do sudo. We're going to do sudo passwd -d David, so we can get rid of my password. Even though it's 1234, it's just easier to type. So then sudo dnf install Niri. And that's going to go ahead and get us the stuff that we need for Niri itself. Get all of that installed, and once that's done, I'll be back with you guys. All right, just took a couple of seconds, a minute and a half tops, and that's on my slow 300 megabits internet. So that's what we needed there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log out. You could also have done this from a TTY. That's entirely possible too. We're going to go ahead and log out, and then we're going to go ahead and log in by coming down here and clicking for Niri and pressing enter, because I removed that password. All right, so here's some important things that we're going to need here. Shift super, which is like your Windows key, shift and /. So if you wind up clicking out of it, that will bring up the hotkeys menu. Really good thing to know off the bat. All right, then you have super plus T brings up your terminal, and D brings up your application menu. If you need to exit Niri, like as in log out of Niri, that's going to be super, shift, and E, and it'll give you a prompt. You press enter, and you can leave that. And then super Q will quit the current window that you're on. So those are our baselines. Those are our rules. So here we go, Super Shift T and then Super D, and we're going to type in Brave Browser. And we're going to go ahead and skip all of this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Noctalia.dev. And that'll bring us over here. And I'm going to go ahead and move myself up to the side. There we go. All right. And we're going to go ahead and click Get Started. And we're going to find the instructions for Fedora. Now, this is going to add the key rings and all of that stuff that we need for the repo. So we're going to copy and paste that, Control-Shift-V, and press Enter. Well, I pressed more than once in the configuration. ID is present more than once in the configuration. What are you talking about? We're on a fresh install. Okay, well, apparently it's already present. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to install. So you can copy it or you can paste it or you can type it, which is probably a better idea for me because of my lovely typo ability. Noctalia-shell. All right. And yes, to go ahead and install. And we'll follow through that process. And once it's done, I'll be back. And the once it's done, I'll be back was a nice little guise for me to get a yawn in because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. All right. So that's what we need here. Now, this is for Fedora. You have Gentoo and Debian base system and Arch base system and OpenSUSE base system, Void Linux, all that fun jazz. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to do Super F, and right here running the shell. So we're going to need this. So Super F again, and Super and left arrow key. So this way we can move that. And what we're going to do is we're going to move me. Move me again. This way you can see what I type in the shell. Yeah. We'll do that. We're still going to do clear real quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to do sudo dnf install nano. I do that just because I like the way nano works. This one does have, I think, Vim with Nobara. I can't really remember. All right, so what we're going to do is then do nano fingers. Stop failing me. Squiggly / dot config / Niri / config dot r. Oh, Kate, it's right here. It's KDL. All right. And that's going to bring us to this, which is the configuration file. We're going to come right here just before this, in it with the Noctalia shell. Instead of using hashtag to comment out, it uses 2 double slashes. We're going to press spacebar 3 times, and we're going to come right over here, and we're going to copy this spawn at startup, Control-Shift-V to paste that in. All right. And then this is for the Hyperland config right here. That's what I was looking for. If you're running this not inside of Niri, you're running inside of Hyperland, this is the config file for the Hyperland side of things. So this one's Niri, this one's Hyperland, and both of them execute the command. All right. Control S, Control X. And we're going to go ahead and launch this quick shell by pasting or dropping this QS-C Noctalia-shell. All right. And that's going to launch this. And I'm going to move myself again. There's a lot of moving me in this video because we don't need the skip button. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do this little setup guide that's here. It's actually kind of nice. You can use system information. It does help them improve. If you're concerned about it when it comes to like a threat model, don't do it. All right, so we can go ahead and select a wallpaper. Our wallpapers are here. There's no wallpapers found in the directory. I don't have any wallpapers. that are there. There's some Peak OS ones, but I like the stock one. Let's continue. And then we have our color scheme. So we can go through all of our color scheme options, which is kind of nice. The transparency layer and everything's pretty good. We can also have it use the wallpaper color. But I want to do this Dracula. I think that's pretty nice. All right, so our bar position, we have top, we have bottom, which I'm covering up right now. We have left, and we have right. Now, it does cover up the default one that's here with Waybar, I think is what it is. If you want Waybar, you're going to have to put this, dock here someplace else. Bar type, simple, floating, and then framed. I'm going to go with simple. Dimmed desktop opacity. So the dimmed section on the screen. So if you're focused on like one specific application, if I click off of it, it closes. So don't click off of this. If you want it to dim, something, I don't personally think that that's really a great idea. And then you can also decide whether or not you want drop shadows. I'm fine with drop shadows. There's nothing wrong in my world with it. And then we have something that was probably going to be kind of secreted. Sorry. We'll leave that in just for the entertainment value. Probably kind of secretive. If you go down here, you actually have a dock that shows what's there. Now you can auto hide the dock. You can disable the dock, so this way it's not even there. You can have it always be visible. You can have it be exclusive. I'm going to go with always visible. And then what we have is we can adjust the floating distance. So how high up it sits. Do we want whereabouts do we want it? Do we want it to float or do we want it to be on the ground? You can change the background opacity so it becomes more dark, or it becomes a little bit more see-through. Pretty simple stuff. Only apps from same monitor, so this way it's monitor dependent. So you have 3 displays like I do, and that application happens to be on a different display. It won't show up at the bottom of this dock. And then colorize icons. So this way they're colorized for, same theme. Non-focused apps only. And then monitor display. Yeah, okay. All done. And that's it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to quit out of the Niri environment. We're going to go ahead and log back into the Niri environment, and Waybar is going to be up there for a second, and then this takes over. We're going to go ahead and quit, and that's it. That's the setup. That's the installation process in a nutshell that was asked for. And I think it's pretty simple. I'm going to play with this a little bit more. I'm more of a floating window manager, right? I think that's what the other ones are called, like KDE or GNOME. XFCE, stuff like that. I'll play with this a little bit more and see if I can do some customization, because I've been messing with it for about 5-6 days, and trying to really understand what's going on. And documentation is kind of lackluster on just like a simple, easy install. There was a lot of rambling. I ramble a lot, but in a lot of those videos, nothing against those creators. They're making the best videos that they think that they can make. I'm making the best ones I can make. So there's no hatred there. I learned a lot from the videos, but when you're a new user, you're going through and these concepts can be a little bit cumbersome. But anyways, that's the video. If you guys liked it, do me a favor, click subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers at this time. It's crazy how that's even a thing. I was excited and never thought I'd get past 100 and be like, oh, that was the best thing ever. So I'm glad that I'm able to help people out, and I love your guys' comments. If you have any questions, even if it's something that it's like, hey, I know the answer to it, but I'd really like to see him make a video on it, shoot me an email. My email's in there. There's the marketing one at rifter.media, but then there's also David at rifter.media. Shoot an email over to the David at rifter.media. I'll respond either direction. And I'll go ahead and see what I can do to get a video up. Or leave it in the comment section down below. But fantastic day, guys. Don't be afraid to dive on into the rift.